I'd like to welcome you all to our meeting today, our workshop on cohesive experience in hybrid learning. And to start off with the thanks I'd like to give, I'm very grateful for this invitation by Alexandra, who's not going to be here, unfortunately. I'm very disappointed in her. Good friend of mine from UESP. I'd like to thank, of course, my dear, very close friends, Dayse, John, Isa, who will be here shortly, who have contributed greatly to my own individual process as a language learner, and foremostly as a teacher and a person. And to Dayse as well, helping me, allowing us to build Zarathustra, which we'll talk more about in a second, I think. Okay, Dave.
Are you seeing Isa's request, George?
It's not with me, mate. I think it's Raimundo. Let's see if I can send him a message.
Yes, maybe. So again, hello everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for registering and joining us this afternoon. I'm so glad for sharing this space with you all, and I hope you all learn something from each other. Okay, George?
All right.
I have to present you guys.
Would you like to, you can present for us. That would make sense. Lydia, how do we send it to you? Or do we just send it in the chat? How does that work?
Do you want me to can share with your you can put your email here and we can share it with you.
Yeah. Or are you in the where are you? In the WhatsApp? Send me a message. So I'm in the group.
But here I think it is easier. If you put your account here.
The Gmail.
And
yeah.
Share.
The Gmail.
Yes, and we can share and you.
Shall I present my stuff then? Talk about me and then you talk about you real quick, so we don't lose time.
People told me to do this. Of course, you can talk more about you, but I can start. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, so I'm Maria Rosario. I'm a CCL student, and it's a pleasure to host this amazing event called Teacher Training, right? In this workshop, you'll see cohesive experience in hybrid learning, the use of games in EFL classes. The proposers are Dayse Paulino de Ataide from USP, short for University of São Paulo. She's a PhD student and in Linguistic and Literary education in English classes. And we have George Bentley, right? Is it how you say your name? He's an English teacher and digital content creator with a background in English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Latin American studies. So you can start right now, and thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you. Okay, so did you receive the presentation there, Maria?
Let me just check, okay?
Then you can present for us. I apologize if you can hear the faint sounds of an instrument being played very loudly, a drum more specifically, but the neighbors have decided to play for the first time, I think, ever.
Yeah.
Has to be today. Anyway, no problem. So basically, we made some word clouds about our own backgrounds. Yeah, as Maria quite well put, she mentioned that I have a background in these different areas. My master's is actually in Latin American cultural studies, which is basically a mixture of literature, language, it can be linguistics if you choose to study this area, and social anthropology. But I also did various qualifications to teach English, like CELTA qualification, TOEFL qualification, and other kind of various small kind of courses to give me more knowledge to teach. Over to you, Daisy.
Okay, but can you share the screen, please? Because I'm not seeing the presentation.
I didn't get it.
One second. It should be here. Ah, there you go. I found you. Now you should be able to.
No, but okay. I will share it with you, Maria.
Now I got it.
Cool.
But here, Maria has told about me. So you are gonna see from my word cloud who I am. So I did letters, Portuguese and English. My result now, PhD program at USP is about teaching of literature in English classes, focused on basic education. So my main concern is basic education. So everything I read now, I talk more, and I think of basic education. Or high school, the use of literary texts in high school classes. Okay, so my main interests are the use of literature in teaching learning process and reading. Okay, so you can go to the third slide maybe, and you can see our word clouds. Next, please. This here is another way to make our introduction, but we have talked about this. So George has another activity for you guys to do the same, okay?
Yeah, all right, guys. So if you don't mind going to the next slide, please, Maria.
Yes.
Cool. So I'm going to send you this actually in the chat. So everyone that's here now, just when you thought it was safe, you thought you wouldn't be able to interact, you wouldn't have to interact with us, along comes George with a Google Jamboard. So everybody, you can access this Jamboard. And for this Jamboard, I think it would be a good idea actually if I took over very briefly, if you don't mind, Maria. I'm going to share my screen.
Yes, totally.
Real quick. Where are we? There we go. All right, what's a Jamboard? This is a Google Jamboard. And I have, as I already demonstrated, you can put these Post-its here. Sticky notes can be accessed by clicking on the left-hand side. Can you all see my screen, guys? Please send a message, interact with us. Please.
Yes.
Can everyone understand English? I should have asked this question earlier. If not, no worries. We can go between the two. It's not a problem. Yep, yes. Gustavo says yes. And he says, yep. Giselle says yes, of course. Marcia, yes. Fantastic. How are we doing? John Plummer, interestingly, says yes as well. Good. Perfect. All right. So any problems, just you can send a message there and let us know. Yeah. So guys, what we'd like you to do basically is to put your sticky notes there, just writing who you are, what do you do for your job, what's your profession, and what's your interests. You know, you can put one or two interests. Yeah. You don't need to put your CPF or any other details, perhaps they're not so interesting for this particular activity. So I will actually time you guys, because being the teacher that I am, time is everything, yeah? Good old Antonio Cândido said, capitalism is a lot of time, but time is not money. Like we used to say, that is a brutality, because time is the fabric of our lives. I think I've lost you there, but no problem. Good. All right. Yes, John's the famous TikToker. Awesome. Where are you other guys at?
Well, it's more like a wannabe TikToker. Yeah.
Aren't we all?
I'm still
You
getting.
are doing a great job,
Professor,
John.
com
You
licença,
are doing
é
a great
porque
job there.
Oh, you have a fan here.
Yeah, I
Professor,
need a little
Professor?
more practice with making the videos. Yeah.
Professor,
Yeah.
Hello.
excuse me. I can't use this platform because I don't have computer and I'm using my cell phone. And if I'm trying to enter, I have some connection problems if I try to enter and participate. But I want, but I can't. Sorry.
No worries. Tell us what is it? Tell us more about yourself. We can do this orally.
Yes. If you want, you can type here. on
Yeah, go
chat,
ahead, Dayse.
So...
Tell us who you are. What do you do? Gustavo?
Hello.
So tell us more about yourself, please.
Oh, okay. My name is Alisson Gustavo. I have 21 years old. I'm a English student at Esp, and I am in the sixth period of my degree, and I guess so. I live in Teresina, Piauí.
Cool. Awesome.
It
Thank
is
you very much.
interesting. Thank you, Gustavo. And it is interesting. I see your situation is that one I've been thinking when I think about hybrid learning, because many of our students don't have a computer at home, or they have to share their devices with other people. And we have to think about the situation and create another possibilities for everyone. So it is good you brought the situation, because it is our concern to deal with this context. Students who don't have devices or proper devices. So thank you, Gustavo, for bringing this situation, for sharing your context with us.
You're welcome. I'm so glad with your words. And I guess I didn't answer the one question because I'm reading yours, and I guess it's for me talk about my experience with English. It is. I have a good story, but some time ago, I participated from a program. I don't remember the name of the program, but me and my friends from the university, we received some guy from. I remember that he talked in Spanish, but I don't remember the place exactly. But he's a traveler. He traveled around the world actually for so many places, and his English was so much good. We passed almost 2 months with him, and I guess this contact was so much good. But today we don't have more contact because we can't stay have contact with this person because it's like for make some social programs for like the humanity. It's like this because it's for the program, and we can't have contact. But what's so much good? I don't remember the program, but was a good experience.
Awesome. Did everyone get an opportunity to write these details down on a post-it? Anyone still writing?
Yeah, I'm reading, and it is a Jamboard. It's a good opportunity to make networking. For example, I've not here. We have Maria and Giselle. Gisele, they share a very good point here. They love One Direction. So, girls, you can talk to each other, and Jamboard is good for that. You can create another networking to talk to other people here, people from other places, mostly from Piauí. So Jamboard is good for this.
Read. So, can I share a fun fact as well about this? Can you hear me? Yeah, John says yes.
Because Gisele and Maria have a very interesting point in common.
Yeah. Can I share a quick fun fact about this?
Yes.
I once got the train. I've told G that she knows this story already, but I got the train once with no less than Harry Styles.
No way.
Yeah. We're both from the same village, Thomas Chapel, Cheshire. If you put this in Google. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's not something we should be proud of, really, because it's a small village with about 5,000 people. Tops. Like an English village with 5,000 people. There's not much to do there, to be honest. So
I'm very happy that I know someone from Chapel right now.
Yeah.
So good.
There's not,
A good point.
It's nice because I guess it's a different scenery. It's a very kind of classic, kind of typical English village where there's like a church and
be like a celebrity to our One Direction community.
Sorry?
You would be like a celebrity to us, like the One Direction fans.
Well, yeah. Maybe, I don't know. But thank you, I appreciate that. So anyway, it compensates, right, for my accent, at least. People can't understand what I say, but they know at least I come from England. But I try
Lovely accent.
Sorry?
That's a lovely accent.
Thank you very much. John also has a lovely accent. He's from the Midlands of England. He's like, no. We'll get him to talk later.
John is so quiet today. John, I've thought today, and I talked a little bit about polite society. And you are from polite society, from England.
Yeah, but my accent is corrupted now after 20 years of living in Brazil and teaching American.
Oh my God,
English.
Brazilian! No, it's not. Don't blame Brazil.
My British accent has gone. Yes, unfortunately.
And it is good to mix the accents.
He's lost the stiff upper lip. Yeah. All right, so let's try and focus here.
Yeah.
All right, so today's workshop, as we mentioned very briefly, the use of games in hybrid learning. So our motivation is to discuss both teachers and students haven't really been that well prepared for digital classes. So this in itself was a challenge which requires an effective investment from the government and research on methodologies that include everyone in the teaching learning process. Right, Day?
Yes. So since we weren't prepared for this situation, our schools, especially public schools, we must consider, and we see this in Gustav's talk, must consider other bodies engaged in the teaching learning process. So it's our motivation to talk about this. It is not my research, but I'm engaged in this situation. I have students in hybrid learning, so we have to consider their needs and to talk a little bit about this. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think we can dive into the next slide, right? Just to keep with the time. Should we go to the answer garden? All
okay.
Right.
Put there, please, there.
The answer garden?
Okay. Yes.
Whoops.
Slide, please.
Full screen, right?
Yes.
Guys, for this answer garden, you need to... Let me send this to you as well. Click on this link I'm sending to you now.
Share the slide too, George, please.
The slide or the answer garden? Like this?
Yeah, the slide first, then answer garden.
All right, okay.
Please.
So, expressions that you remember when you think of hybrid classes, or words if you prefer. Yeah, you can either write a word or an expression that you think of when you see the words hybrid classes.
Yes, but cause you are sharing yet the Jamboard screen. I'd like
I'm sorry. My bad.
Answer garden, cause I don't know.
Is it projecting the garden? Yep.
You have heard about Answer Garden, and I like this website here, this app, because we can use in hybrid learning a lot. We can invite people to contribute, even when our students can access the link for any reason. So Gustavo, if you can't, no problem, you can type here on chat. Everyone, all the students can participate, okay? So you can use Answer Garden for reviewing, checking vocabulary, among other actions. And now, have you heard about Answer Garden, guys? You can say.
I know John has because I showed it to him yesterday.
Okay.
We did it in the CPE class.
Okay, so George, put the link of Answer Garden, and you can click the link. Now you can share Answer Garden. Yes. Now here, you can type expressions that remember when you think of hybrid classes, hybrid learning. So you can type yes. One is present per time. For example, in person. Yes, in person. Yes, it's okay.
Oops.
So you submit.
Let me correct that. Sorry, I'm going crazy. Non-line. There we go. We got there in the end. And then you should see it appear. Cool. We have quite a few answers already.
Yes. And you can refresh anytime, George. Yes, challenges.
What happened?
Oh my God, George, what's going on?
We're being watched. It's the FBI. Here we go.
Yes.
Technology.
Yes. Oh my God.
Mixture. Yeah, there's a war going on over there. Almirante Mandare. Yeah. Mixture, in-person, online. Okay, virtual interactivity. Yes.
Yes, challenges. Yes, very good, because I think it is our keyword, challenge. We are challenged all the time. Very good. In person and online classes. Turn your camera. Very good. Turn your cameras on. Yeah, guys, turn your cameras on. I'd like to see your
I love
face.
it. Whoever wrote that, well done. Good form.
Yes, very
You
good.
see my face today. No way you want to see my face.
Isabella has to turn on her camera.
Yes, Isa. I'd like to see you.
Yeah, interact with us, please.
I'd like to see you. Wow.
Hi.
Talk about your experience with Answer Garden.
CP classes with George yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, we did this in class. What about the
Thank
9
you,
other
people. Okay, let me see what we have here. Interactivity, virtual, technology.
Let me refresh to see if we got any more answers. Oh, we had a few, I think.
Yes.
Video
Mixture
conferencing.
creativity, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, but I think it is important. The key idea is challenge. So very, very good. And I think, George, we can go to next slide and then we can come back if you have time. Because
right.
we have 25 minutes. And just to summarize some assumptions here, I think from my experience, hybrid learning is connected to this idea. So it is a trend for someone. I've been reading a little bit about this. But yes, it's a trend that forces us to rethink interactions, methodology. So we have to change some ideas about learning, about knowledge, about the construction of knowledge, assessment. So we have to change the way we assess our students to, among other topics. So the second topic here, it requires investment and more inclusive strategies. Here we talk more, we think more about government. So we need to invest not only on learning, but technology as well. It's an effective teacher training. So as we weren't prepared for this situation, it forces us to think about as an effective teacher training. I wasn't trained for this context now. So we all have been learning from this. And new learning tools that consider different learning styles. So it doesn't make sense evaluate people in the same way we used to do now. So we have to think and to apply new learning tools that consider different learning, different bodies, different situations, different contexts. And to work this idea, autonomy and agency. So I've been not working on public schools now. but I know autonomy and it's a big problem here, a big issue, because our students, most of our students, aren't autonomous to learn from themselves, and their parents neither. So we have to consider this situation, how to work autonomy and agency for this mode of learning. And active methodologies, it is anything new. It is not new, because we have been using these flipped class, group discussion, project-based. So there are many ways, many methodologies, and we can work with them. Next, please. And here, I'd like to talk a little bit about Paulo Freire's contributions. Very quickly, maybe we can talk more about him other event, but we cannot think of active methodologies and forget these ideas were brought by Paulo Freire. These ideas to share the process of knowledge with learners is something he had introduced many years ago. So to summarize here, instead of the banking model of education, we have the construction of knowledge. So just to sum up his ideas, okay? Next slide, please. Yes, I put here in Portuguese. I'm so sorry, John, if you have this struggle to translate, but I think it is important because we think our talk to Brazilians, and I put only in Portuguese.
It's okay. I can speak Portuguese, like quando eu quero pedir uma pizza, this kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, but one of his main concern is that, so, and you can see here, okay, we should conceive that knowledge is constructed by everyone. So I chose 3 quotes here, and I'd like to get your attention to the second part here. Nas condições de verdadeira aprendizagem, os educandos vão se transformando em reais sujeitos da construção e reconstrução do saber ensinado, ao lado do educador, igualmente sujeito do processo. Okay, so everything we use in classroom, we have to consider this. Everyone is being transformed, and we have to keep this in mind. Okay, next, please. And teaching requires the ability to listen to our students. It's difficult because sometimes we have to teach our students. They can speak, they can share their ideas, but we have to learn how to listen to their needs. Okay, so here I think it is an important topic to discuss. Escutar no sentido aqui significa disponibilidade permanente por parte do sujeito que escuta para a abertura à fala do outro, ao gesto do outro, às diferenças do outro. So we have to consider this in when we teach, when you use games, okay? The ability to listen to our students. What do they need? What do want to say? Okay. Next, would you like to talk a little bit about this, George?
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. So we're still going along the lines of what Daisy's just been talking about in terms of Paulo Freire's way of thinking, which is basically that education is ideological. Yeah, in other words, it's impossible for us to really be invested in something that we do daily, teaching whether it be teaching English or mathematics, there is still a sense of the ideological in our approach to it, in the way that we teach. And it has a lot to do with Paulo Freire's idea of doing something that you love. Because I assume all the people here who are teachers, they do this with a certain sense of obligation or passion, right? So they have to do this in this form, right? And this extends to the other ideas in which the way we act and interact, yeah, with our universe, with our students, with our families, with people in general. Yeah, so Dayse put this quote here, which é: como professor devo estar advertido do poder do discurso ideológico, começando pelo que proclama a morte das ideologias. So, just jumping to the other smaller quotes, like em defesa de sua honra, o marido matou a mulher. Essa gente é sempre assim. Dá-me-lhe os pés e logo que as mãos. So, these are examples of what we hear frequently, yeah, in society, and how this impacts on the way that we as teachers have this responsibility to teach what we could actually, I guess we could envisage as a way of contributing to society that is healthy, which allows us to give our experiences through what we teach. Because essentially we're not teaching just textbooks. We're not teaching just things that have been passed on to us. Yeah, we're actually teaching our experiences, our emotional capacity to invest and inspire. Yeah, it goes beyond a whiteboard or a blackboard or a textbook, yeah, full of methodologies. These are fantastic, but they mean nothing if you don't do what you love. So, anyone have any comments so far? Any questions? Any doubts? You can stop us at any time, yeah? All right. So now we're going to look at the advantages and disadvantages of this period in which we seem to be still giving quite a few classes online, right, Dave?
Yes. So here, so advantage, we have some advantages, but obviously as a Scorpion, I'd like to talk more about the disadvantages. But we have also advantages. So opportunity to rethink the idea of normality. So what is normal? Normal for whom? Okay. So I think it is important. It's an advantage. The possibility to rethink, okay, to reconstruct some assumptions. The students and teachers are supposed to use more technology to learn. Okay, so here I shared with George our public schools in Curitiba and other cities here. We can't use technology at school. We talk a lot about technology, about games, but we cannot use them because most of the students cannot use their smartphones. Most of them don't have internet. So how can we change this situation? Okay, and but we have here the distance isn't the main barrier for education. So people can learn from other places. But we have a disadvantage. So here, many Brazilian students don't have a proper devices to study. It's an important topic here. I think the most important, not the most important, but one of the most important issues we have to deal with. It's often data for uploading, download. So I cannot ask my students to download new apps, for example, for learning if they don't have a mobile. So it doesn't make any sense. Inequalities, remote learning benefited less than 50% of students in less developed regions. So we can go to next slide because I'd like to share here next one, please. In English, yes. So here I'd like to share with you a survey And according to this research, answered by 608 six students from public schools with one of the best scores at ENEM, so good students. But here, almost everyone has a smartphone, but 74% of mobiles don't have enough space to download new apps. 77% use a prepaid plan with limited data. And we all know it is horrible to depend on this situation. And me as a teacher, I cannot download new apps all the time. So I have to change here to clean my trash every day here to have space. So I'm a teacher and I'm dealing with this situation. And we have other technological limitations, like less than 70% of students have access to computers. And so here, many of them have computer, they have access, but they have to share the device with 3 or more people. So during the pandemic time, many parents, they bought computers, but all the students at home and parents have to use the same computer. Only 46 consider the computer model they have is proper for their studies, and slow internet and other difficulties, and lack of accessibility for people with disabilities. So, next slide, please. We have this situation here, for example, just as an example. So Lucas here from Vivo, George. Yes, I think it is Vivo. He is a student. He has a good house. He lives in a good apartment. He has a computer, but let's pay attention on this limitation.
Esse calor fica aqui, na Terra, superaquecendo a temperatura terrestre. Agora você, Lucas, qual o nome desse efeito?
Efeito estufa.
Lucas? Você tá dormindo, Lucas?
Efeito estufa, professora.
Bom, se tá dormindo é porque sabe a matéria toda. Você tá me ouvindo, Lucas?
Tô aqui, professora.
Eu espero no mínimo um 10 na prova de amanhã, tá bom?
Sua internet tá matando a aula? Destrave. Mude para Vivo Fibra e estude online com ultra velocidade.
Olha quem acordou. Bom dia, Lucas.
So, what do you think of this advertising, guys? I'd like to hear from you. Come on.
Well, I don't know about the Vivo plan, but the Timbetta definitely has a lot more than a couple of meg or gig every month. But I think it's a problem that everybody has, not just people with Vivo. Yeah, I mean, I have 500 meg internet, and sometimes it just stops. You know, so it doesn't really matter. You know, if the companies are not providing, you know, the service all the time, especially in the lockdown when they're not doing 24-hour maintenance on the system. Yeah.
Yes. And I think it increases the distance between people who can have a proper internet, proper education, and people who don't. Okay, so this advertisement shows very well how to avoid things. Okay, I'm not just.
Esse calor fica aqui.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, just to finish, we have only 8 minutes. So here.
Let's get to the games, right? Let's show them the games. I think that's why most of them are here, I believe.
Yes. Yes, but I chose these games for this situation. Firstly, we there are games and other resources we have used. So, and we recommend these games because they can be adapted to different realities. So some of them allow students to contribute with ideas and to create games, even those who don't have a device. So like Gustavo, he doesn't have a computer, but he can write down, and he can type. So we can create other ways to play games at school and engage everyone. Okay, so here particularly Quizlet, I think it works well with flashcards, and students can create. Wordwall is a good option because it also can create and adapted teaching resources. So Quick Draw also, I think there's another option, and you can use to increase the vocabulary, writing, storytelling, and it depends less on the internet issues, technologies, and you can engage everyone.
It's a good example of AI as well, isn't it? Because it's sophisticated artificial intelligence. Yeah, and the advantage of Quick Draw is that it's more inclusive. Yeah, it's a good example of how we can use different epistemologies to allow us to engage in different ways with different students. Yeah, with students that have disabilities. Yeah, as we have to remember, yeah, that as teachers, yeah, we are faced with these challenges, and we can't expect to have a class full of perfect students that all learn the same way. This is not realistic, right? So, as we're short for time, I think these, in my opinion, deserve more attention in separate workshops. Yeah.
Yes.
Which are Scratch and Minecraft, which are awesome options for teaching. Which, who knows? Yeah, when we have other presentations. Speaking of which, yeah, go to Zarathustra, Addison Zarathustra, Zarathustral on Instagram. Have to plug it in real quick, because we give a lot of tips. Yes, Tatiani, word wall is amazing. Yeah, I think most teachers use this because it's incredible. So very quickly, let's move on to one of my personal favorites,
yes.
Kahoots. Are you familiar with Kahoot, guys? Is a
So
yes.
can I just talk a little bit about a problem with Kahoot?
Go ahead. Fire away.
I do have a class that when I can use Kahoot, because when the students use the phone to watch the class, when they leave the meeting, they can't see the questions because they are only in my computer, not in their phone. So I only use other devices because Kahoot doesn't work. I love it, but unfortunately, with students on phone, they can use.
Let's cause chaos.
Situation is, and we have to consider this situation. We have to consider these bodies who can't access. So it is great, and we should work with this, and we can work all the time when you have time, when you have this competition. But we have to think of these students as well.
Kahoot,
ahead,
you can turn it has an option now, yeah? I didn't hear everything Giza said. The sound was breaking, so I don't know if she said, but there's an option where you can turn it on now at the start of the game, so the questions and the answers appear in the students' students' devices now, yeah?
Great to know.
When if you move down in the screen before you start the game,
yes,
you see a lot of options now. They added it because it was one of the top complaints from Kahoot that some students couldn't see the questions, and it works. I always turn it on. It works very well.
Okay. So we have 3 minutes for Kahoot, George. Go ahead.
Loading it now.
Really? Oh my God.
Yes. Good old internet. Oh my goodness. It's a little slow. But as you can see, that there's a site for those of you who don't have the app. Come on.
But I don't think you're sharing the screen, are you, George? You're sharing your PowerPoint, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
You can share the game.
Yeah, you need to change to the Kahoot screen, I think, yeah?
But let me log in. There we go. It's taking a long time to load.
But you know, I find this is a problem with Kahoot when
Yes.
I'm streaming, yeah?
When you need Kahoot, where's Kahoot?
Yeah. I actually
All right.
use 2 computers now to give class, so I can change to Kahoot.
Here, Marcia have just asked about Kahoot.
Yes.
Here's
Great.
our fans.
Oh yeah, here we go.
People are raring to go already. Good stuff.
Actually,
Yes.
a time when I can play instead of host it. Yeah.
Go, Maria. You can play this too. Don't feel left out.
Yeah.
Patricia's there already. G2. Isa too. Come on, guys. Get everyone in there.
Wait. I'm coming. Every
Laura's
time
there. John's there.
every time I
Byron,
type something,
Marcia.
somebody sends a message in WhatsApp. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yes. You can use the site. You know, the computer. You've got like 3 computers, John. Where are the other
Yeah.
guys? Come on, guys. Maria's there.
They will finish our time. Raymond, please give us 5 minutes more, please.
Guys, anyone else?
Let's go.
Where are the other guys? We've got like 8 other people not entered. I think these people just put us in the background. Yeah.
It's kind
They're
of
doing
wonderful.
something else.
I never played that game, that kind of game. I just so impressed learning from all of you.
So basically, you just need to press the color that represents the
Yeah.
answer in the question. You'll get it. It's straightforward.
Oh, okay.
Guys, anyone else? If not, I'm going to kick off the game.
Yes.
Oh, she is there. Anyone else? Please, please, please. Tati. Oh, good. More people.
Good.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Come on. Are we all good? Anyone else signing in? Anyone having problems signing in? Putting in the pin? I think we're good to go, right? This music is going to stay in your heads for at least a week.
Yeah.
No? No one else? All right, everyone else is sleeping. Good, let's go. Yes, time waits for no man or woman. A teacher is one who can adapt to the textbook, can follow orders and sell their methodologies, uses the latest methods, wants to learn with their students and bring the knowledge to the table. All right. Let's go. Paulo Freire's contribution is he's a Marxist, construction of knowledge, communist, a bit of everything. Good
He was
song.
quite Marxist in the beginning. Then
I don't
he
know.
changed.
But someone decided to call him a communist. Great stuff.
Yes.
All right. Native speakers as teachers.
Yes.
have a God-given gift? Are native speakers as teachers just this? Are better at teaching than non-native speakers? Are the bee's knees? I can't understand.
According to society.
Yes. Are people who speak the language as a first language, native tongue. And of course, the answer is they're just native speakers. Doesn't mean anything else. But someone thinks of the bee's knees. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
I like that.
Yeah. Patricia's on fire. Students should work on all aspects of language learning, including accents. Work on all aspects of language learning to engage with language freely. Love reading grammar books, or work on their accents. Yeah. What is important when you learn a language? Don't worry if you don't get it right. We're here to learn as well. Yes, work on all aspects of language learning to engage with language freely. Accent does not and will never, ever matter. We all have them. Yeah.
But you can love grammar books, no problem.
Yes. All right. Teachers can encourage students to learn grammar and language to interact freely. Tell students what they should do in language learning. Guide students towards learning via a grammar-free approach. Teach students what they shouldn't and cannot do in language learning. It's always important to pay attention to the language used in.
I got kicked out.
Encourage students to learn the grammar and language to interact freely. So the idea is basically to encourage them to find their own identity, yeah? Feel freer learning language rather than feeling intimidated.
No.
Base is on fire.
Yeah, I lost the connection.
Damn. Global English doesn't exist. Well, global English is what we use, right? We don't need to be native speakers to speak a language. So in actual fact, it does exist. There we go. This is on fire as well. Teaching requires the ability to think like our students, the ability to guess what our students are thinking, the ability to keep our students busy, the ability to listen to our students. Yes, the ability to listen to our students. Teaching obliges students to do their homework, requires students to know how to use their textbooks and computer, involves students and teachers working together in a learning process, requires somebody to sit with a student to make them study. Yes. Do it collectively. They work together. The distance isn't the main barrier. True or false? It's true. Yeah, all right. Education is ideological. True or false? Yeah, it's true. The main problem with education today, especially in Brazil during the pandemic, is that we don't learn in school how to invest money. Remote learning benefits less than 50% of students in Latin America. We teach too much philosophy and sociology, too much information being given to the students. This is going to be an interesting one. Exactly, yes. Remote learning benefit less than 50% of students in Latin America, for the reasons identified earlier, Not everyone has access, but good stuff. You're the champion. But everyone wins here, everyone who participated today, thank you very much. I'm very grateful, we are very grateful. I hope this was useful for you guys. Any doubts, any questions, any comments? We are open to all. Please interact with us.
Follow us. Our tutorial is there. If you have an Instagram account, follow us, please. And I'd like to thank you all for participating. It was great to see you here.
Yes, we just left all the appropriate addresses there, the sites, the Instagram, where you can find us, interact with us, send a message. Please don't swear at us. We're nice people.
Yes, and if you can suggest other points for discussion, please tell us. Okay, share your ideas, share your comment too. We like it a lot.
All feedback is valid. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for participating. I'm sorry we're a little bit late, but I'm very grateful for you all being here. Thank you very much for Maria as well for helping us.
Thank you, George, Daisy. It was amazing, such a creative and interesting topic. So thank you, and we'll see again. Hope.
So do we.
Thank you, Maria.
Bye-bye, guys.
Go.
Take care. Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.